It's the M.L.M for the Soul channel, and I do have a new topic for today. Before I begin, I just would like to say, may the words and expressions of my mouth and the thoughts and meditations of my heart find favor and acceptance before you, Hashem, and some people I always thank who have helped me on my journey, and you can check out their websites below this video. They are Rabbi Shalom Arush, Rabbi Lazer Brody, Rabbi Yosef Mizrahi, Rabbi Eli Mansour, Rabbi Alon Anava, Rav Daniel Asore, Rabbi Yuval Ovadia, Nisim Baruch Black, David Sachs, and Rabbi Michael Skobac, Jews for Judaism. Also, if you've never checked out this site, I believe there are over 75 videos, Baruch Hashem, and more coming. And so if you don't know what M.L.M is, if you never watched this site before, if it's your first time coming on, then do check out the first video because I explain what M.L.M means. It actually stands for something. It's not the traditional M.L.M that everyone is used to hearing. It's M.L.M for the soul, so it has a much deeper meaning. So I just want to make sure you're aware of that in case you haven't checked it out. So the title for today is called Physical Satisfaction equals Spiritual Emaciation. So where did I get this from? This lovely Tehillim that I refer to a lot and take away a lot of topic ideas from. The Artscroll Tehillim, Schottenstein Edition. I'll have a link to their site so you can check it out. So this is from perek Kuf Vav, which is 106, and Pasuk Tet Vav. But first I want to just read you the title for this chapter, what it's the kind of the overview. Hashem's presence and loving kindness are always near. One need but have open eyes and an open heart to see them. Even should one stumble in sin, Hashem's hand is always extended to receive and support the penitent. So, you know, Hashem, no matter what you do, no matter how far away you are from Him, no matter how much you sin, Hashem is still there. He's like, it's, you know, lahavdil, He doesn't have a hand, but it's like He's waiting for you with open arms. And as soon as you come and do tshuva, you know, He's there to support you and there to welcome you. So don't ever think that you are so far away from where you started that you can't return. It is, of course, much harder because walls keep getting thicker and thicker and thicker between you and Hashem, and the distance keeps increasing and increasing. But just one little spark, one little thing, one little something that you observe, or something that wakes you up, that stirs your soul, your innermost self, to come back to Hashem. Hashem welcomes you with open arms. But the pasuk that I wanted to read from, where I got the idea for this topic, is pasuk Tet Vav, as I said. So it goes like this: Vayitein lahem she'elatam vayishlach rezon b'nafsham. And he is referring to Hashem, them their request, but dispatched emaciation to their soul. So what it was talking about here, just to kind of give you an overview before I explain that, this was talking about how Hashem took them out of Mitzrayim, and He split the sea, and He destroyed the Mitzrayim when they tried to come through, and they were very happy, but they forgot. They forgot about Him. I mean, it just happened, and then they forgot about it, and rebelled, because they were saying also first they thought the Egyptians, the Mitzrayim, would catch them, but of course that didn't happen, and also they were not sure about their needs, their physical needs. You know, they wanted to be taken care of, and they didn't wait for Hashem to provide it for them. They already were like complaining to Hashem. They didn't wait, because Hashem knows at what time is the right time to receive things from Him. So, but they couldn't wait. But what Hashem does is always for our benefit, even if it takes a little longer for us to receive what we you know, what maybe we think we should be getting. But of course Hashem owes us nothing. We owe Hashem everything. So what this pasuk means, and He gave them their request. I said, He gave them their request, but dispatched emaciation to their soul. So when it says dispatched emaciation to their soul, according to Radak, they sought physical satisfaction, but achieved a terrible emaciation and emptiness of the soul. So that's the idea for the topic. Physical satisfaction equals spiritual emaciation, because when you can't have both. you can't say, well, I want to just keep eating and eating all this yummy, delicious food and everything like that, and then think that you're uplifting your soul. But yes, if you use it in a more a lesser amount, like you eat enough just to give yourself the ability to serve Hashem better, that's different. If you do it l'shem shamayim, l'kiddush Hashem, to help yourself feel strong enough to serve Hashem better, that's a different story. But if you just want to satisfy yourself physically, like, oh, we just need food and we need this and we need money, and and the other part doesn't matter. So what is Bnei Israel, because they sought that, they were complaining like, we want water, we want food, why aren't you taking care of us? Did you just bring us here to die in the midbar, in the desert? They were complaining and complaining. So when we realize that, yes, we do have certain physical needs. We need food, we need shelter, we need clothing. There's just some basic needs that we have, but we have to use them in a sense that will help give the soul more nourishment, so we have more spiritual satisfaction. Because, like, for example, when you buy clothes, always say it's it'll be l'kuvit Shabbos Kodesh, for the honor and the respect of the holy day of Shabbos. So when we do that, we're elevating it. We're saying our clothes are like holy in a sense. We're making it kadosh. So when you do that, you sanctify it, and then you actually wear it on Shabbat. It has a much higher elevated sense. And the other part of it is when Hashem always said that whatever you buy to honor the Shabbat and the Yom Tov and the holidays, Hashem will provide it for you. Hashem will basically pay you back. Hashem will pay for it. It's not part of your cheshbon, part of your what Hashem will give you. Every Rosh Hashanah he allots out what you're going to have. So when you buy something and give it that honor, like you buy something before Shabbos, food too. I mean, you may still be using it during the week after that, but the fact that you're sanctifying it, so to speak, on Shabbos, you're making it giving it a spiritual sanctification. Therefore, Hashem will, He takes that off your count. It doesn't count it as part of your allotment. So your food, your clothing, anything you can do that, if you buy something that you can, use for Shabbos, like let's say you bought new sheets for your bed or a new towel, food, of course, clothing, different things that you say you want to do that. Then, like I said, of course, if there's leftover, you're going to use it afterwards, it's okay. That's fine. But the fact is you're making it more holy. So the idea is we have to always think that way. Whereas Bnei Israel, during being in the midbar, the thing, it was like a seesaw. Hashem gave him the Torah, and then, or before Hashem gave him the Torah, Moshe went up, and then the people were thinking, oh, Moshe's not coming back. They start getting all anxious and nervous, and then they do the Egel Hazav, the golden calf. So it's like they already were raised on a high spiritual level, and then what do? They come down to their physical level and not realize that, that they were mistaken. They were being influenced by their physical needs, by them feeling like they were lost, like they were being left. But very interestingly enough, they were asked to tell their wives to give the jewelry and all their, and the women said, no, we're not going to do that. We are very strong. We're not going to give in to that notion. We still believe that Hashem is not just going to abandon us. He just gave us the Torah. So, that's a very big thing. They didn't fall into that trap where other people did. So, so then they made the ego. They forgot Hashem. I mean, it goes on in this perek. Even with everything Hashem did for them, they talked up against Him, and then eventually they started being Ovdei Avodah Zarah, Baal Pa'ar, and that's why the other thing is Hashem then, Midah Keneged Midah, measure for measure, they were scattered among the nations, and then, whatever they did, they were attracted to that part from the other nations, but eventually it came back to haunt them, so to speak, because then the other nations turned on them. They figured they'd come close to the nations, it would be good for them, but in the end, it wasn't, like we've seen in Germany with the Nazis. It's like people like, oh, I want to be more European, more this, more that, more, their physical needs, not their spiritual. So therefore, it came back, unfortunately, to like Hashem says in the Torah, if you turn your eyes away from me, I will turn my eyes away from you. If you want to come, if you are coming close to me, I will be close to you. I will be there for you. I will, as if, come down from Shemayim and be in your life. So the idea is we need to focus on the spiritual satisfaction, not the physical. We don't want to be emaciated spiritually. Of course, physical emaciation isn't a good thing, but we need less of the physical and more of the spiritual. And I just want to say that I hope and pray in the merit of us all doing more for our spiritual growth and our spiritual satisfaction, that we will have the merit to live and to see the coming of the Mashiach speedily in our days, and the rebuilding of our third and final everlasting Beis HaMikdash. Amen, and thank you for watching.